Hey everyone, Kyro here at TCS Rockets, and today we have another deck tech. We are going to be looking at Historic Green-Black Explore. We're going to go down the list in converted mana cost order and cover every card and why we play it. First up, we have Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves is in here for Mana Accelerant. It is an amazing turn 1 play, and honestly puts us so far ahead of our opponents that turn 1 Elf feels unlosable. Next up in our 2-drops, we have some of the best Explore synergy cards ever printed. First up, we have Seeker Squire. It is a 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, it explores. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this mechanic, Explore is to look at the top card of your library. If it is a land, you put it into your hand. If it is a non-land, you can choose to leave it there, or you can put it into your graveyard. And if it is a non-land card, the creature also gets a +1/+1 counter. After Seeker Squire, we have Merfolk Branchwalker. It is the same card, just in green, and the power and toughness is switched. So, very similar concept, just a 2-mana creature that explores. Next up, we have Wildgrowth Walker. Wildgrowth Walker is a 2-mana 1/3 that says whenever we explore, we put a 1/1 counter on Wildgrowth Walker, and we gain 3 life. This card is in here to make sure aggro decks do not have any game against us, and he also gets very out of control very quickly with a ton of +1/+1 counters. It also has a ton of synergy with some other cards we're playing, and we'll get into that a little bit later. To finish off our 2-drops, for the most part, is Assassin's Trophy. Assassin's Trophy destroys any permanent, and its controller may search their library for a basic land and put it into play. We play this as a catch-all removal spell to make sure we can deal with anything our opponent throws in front of us and not really care about giving them a land, because we'll probably be killing them that same turn. Next up, we kind of sort of have a 2-drop in Find Finality. The first half of this Find lets us return up to 2 creatures from our graveyard to our hand. And then the nuts part of this card, Finality, for 6 mana, we can put 2 counters on a creature and then give everything -4/-4. This card is great because with Wildgrowth Walker, it survives even if it has no counters on it previously, due to Finality putting 2 counters on it, making him a 3/5, so he will never die to Finality. And not only that, this is also a great board wipe. It gets around Indestructible and kills most creatures in Historic. Next up, we have Jadelight Ranger. Jadelight Ranger is a 3-mana 2/1, but it explores 2 times, so if we get lucky, sometimes this is a 3-mana 4/3, or it's a 4-mana 2/1 that draws us 2 cards, those cards being lands, or somewhere in between. Very good creature, probably the best creature with Explore ever printed. Then we are playing 4 Ravenous Chupacabra. Ravenous Chupacabra is in here for a creature that is also a removal spell. The reason we are playing so many creatures rather than just playing removal spells in general is because of our next card, Path of Discovery. Path of Discovery is a 4-mana enchantment that gives all of our creatures Explore. So, Ravenous Chupacabra not only enters the battlefield to destroy another creature, but he will also explore, either drawing us a land or becoming bigger. After Ravenous Chupacabra and Path of Discovery, we have Vraska, Golgari Queen. We are playing a 1 of Vraska as a value engine. She's a very solid planeswalker. Her +2 letting us sacrifice a permanent, and if we do, we gain a life and draw a card. A lot of the time, in the late game, we can sack a Llanowar Elf that is no longer valuable, or one of our Explore creatures that never got counters, because honestly, their bodies are fairly small, so sacking them is negligible, and a lot of the times they'll be worth another card. Her -3 lets us destroy a non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less, so there are a lot of pesky enchantments going around that we'd like to deal with, and her -3 covers that. And finally, her emblem for -9 says whenever a creature we control deals combat damage to a player, they lose the game. Her emblem gives a Super Omega Death Touch, and it is so flavorful that I cannot express how much I love this planeswalker. Next up is another planeswalker, Samut Tyrant Smasher. She a little bit of a weaker planeswalker, Samut is, but she is in here for synergy. Let's go over what she does, and then we'll cover what the synergy is. So for 2 and double green in our deck, since we do not have red, she gives all of our creatures haste, and then she has a -1 that says target creature gets +2/+1 and gains haste until end of turn. Scry 1. Not too strong, but the reason we play it is because of Bolas' Citadel. Bolas' Citadel lets us look at the top card of our library anytime. We can play lands and cast spells from the top of our library. If we cast a spell this way, we pay life equal to its mana cost instead of paying its mana cost. So essentially, we can cast spells for free, we just have to take damage equal to their cost. Then, we can sacrifice 10 non-land permanents, and each opponent loses 10 life, which a lot of the time is an alternative win con for us. Now, before we hop into the lands, let's kind of go over why we're playing some of these cards. Wild Growth Walker gains us a ton of life whenever we explore. Path of Discovery allows all of our creatures to explore. So if we have multiple Path of Discoveries down, we will be able to draw through our whole deck and play our entire deck with Bolas' Citadel. Once we have all of our deck in play, we use Samut to give all of our creatures haste and kill our opponent in one glorious turn. It is very fun and hopefully we can pull it off. The deck doesn't need to pull off this combo to win. It can just out-aggro a lot of decks, but this really seals the deal, and I have not encountered too many decks that can deal with this. Now, let's hop into the lands. First up, we are playing 3 Castle Locthwain. Castle Locthwain enters tapped unless we control a swamp. It taps for black, and for 1/2 black, we can draw a card. We lose the life equal to the number of cards in our hand. We play this as a failsafe, just in case Bolas' Citadel gives us a ton of lands on top and we're unable to continue to play our library. In which case, we would draw the top card and hope that the next card is something we can cast with Bolas' Citadel. 2 forests, 3 swamps, 4 overgrown tombs, 2 temples of malady, 4 wooded foothills, 4 fabled passages to ensure we hit our double colors. With that being said, let's hop into the games. Alright, let's hop into game number 1 with Green Black Explorer. Been enjoying Historic a lot now that Winota's gone. All the decks feel pretty fair. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Looking for an opponent here. I've been liking the Green-Black Explore deck lately. You have a lot of play against aggro. You have Fine Finality for the more grindier matchups. So I feel like you got game against a lot of the archetypes right now. Alright, we are going first. We have turn 2-0. You know, I think this is a mulligan. And I'm glad we mulligan. This hand is much better. We're going to go ahead and put this Vraska... we're going to put the Chupacabra back. Vraska deals with much more. We are going to go ahead and shock and play a Llanowar Elf and pass to our opponent. We're going to follow it up by Fabled Passage, Wild Growth Walker, then the Seeker Squire. Alright, Temple of Deceit for our opponent. Fabled Passage, Wild Growth Walker, pass. Alright. Turn 2 Swamp and 2 Thought Erasure, yep. I imagine they take the Seeker Squire here, maybe Vraska. Vraska is much more threatening, so that makes sense. And we could have played it next turn. Alright, I understand, opponent. Alright, we're going to crack the Fabled Passage, and we are going to go get a Swamp. And we find Path of Discovery. So, we'll go ahead and play Seeker Squire. Something tells me that I need to leave this Chupacabra on top. Maybe they play like a Thief of Sanity or something. Alright, Thirst for Meaning. So, they're just going to draw 3. More than likely discard an enchantment. And they discard Unburial Rites, Godless Shrine, but nothing to bring back yet. We'll go ahead and crack this. We don't need the Chupacabra now, and we'd rather not draw a... we'd rather draw a land, I would say. So this time we will get a forest. Alright, we draw a Branch Walker. Alright, we're going to play the Branch Walker. Make this a little bigger. We'll Graveyard the Citadel. Alright, get in there. They are at 11. We are being pretty aggressive, but we have not won the game yet. So this looks like it is a Reanimator deck. Yep, okay. They're still digging for a reanimation target. They pitch Land Unburial Rites again. Still no creature in the yard. Stitcher Supplier might find it. Unburial Rites, Stitcher Supplier to Fairy. No. Let's attack. They go to 5. They mill 3 more. Still no creature. Alright, go ahead, opponent. They have to board wipe us here, or we do win. They're thinking. Very unlucky on their behalf. Hitting 3 on burial rights, but nothing to bring back with it. I guess they could hit a Stitcher. Oh, they're going to go ahead and concede. Unfortunate. Definitely kind of saw what they were doing there. They were also missing white, unfortunately. But hey, that's how it goes. So we'll go ahead and play one more game. Try and illustrate a little bit more of this deck. Maybe we'll be able to hit the combo. So here we go. One more game of Green-Black Explore. That's a good way to illustrate this deck, though. You don't always rely on the combo. Sometimes you're just super aggressive. Alright, here we go. We are on the draw this time, but this hand is very good. We have turn 2 Wildgrowth Walker and 2 multiple Explore creatures. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. See what our opponent's on. Let's see what they got. Alright, they have tap land go. I have tap land go. Turn 2. Alright. So we are playing against an Esper deck. They're probably taking the Wildgrowth Walker with the Thought Erasure if I had to guess. Anything else would be a little strange, I would say. Wildgrowth Walker, yep. Yeah, okay. They're going to go ahead and Surveil, pass back to us. I'm going to lead on the Branch Walker. It's a bigger attacker, and I need to be more aggressive here. Chupacabra will go to the graveyard. We already have one in hand. We also need to try and find a 4th land. Alright, so what do they got for turn 3? Probably Teferi. Yep. I don't mind getting an Explorer creature bounce. They have very good ETB value. Alright, so we will play the Castle. And we'll play another Branch Walker. The same Branch Walker. I'm going to keep this here. We're going to draw and then double Explore. And this is going to be one of our win cons against the control deck. They can never tap out knowing we have it, and we can exploit that.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Narset. Narset's not so bad. We actually don't draw too many cards. Explore is ruled as put it into your hand, so not actually drawing. Okay, we will play... They found a Thought Erasure. So that isn't a way they can deal with Bolas' Citadel. We'll go ahead and activate this, and we're going to go ahead and get a Swamp. And then we'll attack Teferi. Yeah, we'll attack... We'll attack Narset. Narset's going to find him a card. Teferi is only going to plus, so not as powerful. I think we just need to get this Path of Discovery down. They can't bounce it. They're probably just going to Thought Erasure this Bolas' Citadel out of our hand. So having both of these explore twice is probably how we win this game. Okay, they plus. I imagine they Thought Erasure in our draw step. Maybe they just play a 5-drop. Could be 5 Fairy, could be Ashiok. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. So mill me for 2. That actually worked out in our favor, not gonna lie. Okay, play a Branch Walker. I'm keeping that on top. That is a great card to draw. We're not gonna be able to cast this Bolas' Citadel faster, but I imagine it gets ripped out of our hand anyways. And we're gonna kill Teferi. We have a pretty decent board here. If all they do is board wipe, I'm happy. Shock. Oh, yeah, that was a misplay on my behalf. I totally forgot Jace was going to mill us. Oh well. Misplays happen. That's how you get better. Okay, they have 3 Fairy. I imagine they bounce the Path of Discovery. Yep. And then Thought Erasure us. I imagine taking the Bolas to Citadel. If they don't, we might be able to play it and win. They don't play it. That's signaling to me they have a counter spell. What we're going to do here is we're going to start by attacking. We're going to get these Planeswalkers off the board. See what they got. If they remove any of our creatures, we're going to go ahead and play Bolas' Citadel. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to save Jace. Alright, go ahead and play Bolas' Citadel and see what's on the top. Seeker Squire, we'll play it. Path of Discovery, we'll keep that on top. Seeker Squire, we'll play it. Llanowar Elf, we'll play it. Chupacabra, we'll play it. Wildgrowth Walker, we'll play it. I'll play Find. Get back Wildgrowth Walker, Wildgrowth Walker. We'll play Samet. And then we actually can't play this. So we are going to end the turn. Because now if they board wipe us, we have the 2 Wildgrowth Walkers in hand. So we can continue to go off. They're going to mill themselves. That's odd. And they concede. Alright, so we did fizzle on the combo, but you guys pretty much got to see how it worked. I very much like this deck. If you guys want to give it a try, go ahead. And if you have success with it, let me know down in the comments. Or if you have any recommendations for any way to change up the deck, let me know. Alright, this has been Kyro with TCS Rockets. Thank you very much for watching my gameplay on Green Black Explore. And have a good one.